Hello, hello, everybody! I got my mask on. Actually, I'm taking it off. I just did it because this is almost the end of the year 2020. And I'm sure that all of us are ready for this year to be over, these masks to be taken off. And hopefully we all get these vaccines, they work out, and helps humanity get back to where we gotta be. So, welcome today. We're just a few days shy of the new year here. And my goal today is, I'm actually driving. And so my goal is just to take a few minutes and kind of just recap the year, recap some of my thoughts. We'll talk about a lot of different things. We'll talk, just about life, the coronavirus. We'll talk about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, Ethereum, and much more. Just talk about, just other random things that might be fun or might be informative or maybe helpful. So, sit back, relax. I don't know where you are, what time you're watching this. You grab yourself, a cup of eggnog or some milk or something, or hot cocoa. But let's get right into it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of shoot off the cuff here. And I think I'm just going to say, whatever's kind of coming to my mind at the moment. And we'll just go from there. So, if you're watching this video, please, get involved. What do they say? Smash up those likes, or, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to stay tuned. My goal is that, there's a little something here for everybody, and that y'all enjoy it. Definitely, leave your comments. Let me know what you like. Let me know if there's anything that you want to hear. So let's get right into it. So 2020 has been a very interesting year. And I guess I'll just start with the, with the elephant in the room, with the coronavirus. Depending on, how it's impacted you personally. Myself, I haven't had anyone in my immediate family, per se, get the virus that I know of, or get sick. But certainly, I have known people that know people that have, gotten it and have died. It's devastating, and they're saying that this may actually get a lot worse for the next few months. So, I just want to hope that everybody stays safe. I know that most of us probably will survive through this. However, there's still a good percentage of people that are still recovering from it after having contracted months ago. So, just something to consider. And I think we all know by now. Wear the mask. Watch your distance. Wash your hands. All right. So moving on, let's talk about something at least a little bit more positive. I want to talk about the cryptocurrency space a bit. I should probably preface this and say, there's somebody driving next to me. They got a truck, and actually now they're right behind me. They got a truck. They got like a Christmas wreath right on the front of their car. So that's kind of neat. Now they're going to pass me to the left. So let's talk about cryptocurrency. This is not financial advice by any means. Do your own research. But I just want to share kind of my own experience, and hopefully some of what I have to say will be new to you, or make you think, or just give you some perspective on some of the things that you've already been thinking about already. Just to give you a little background on me, I'm 36 years old now, but when I was 18, I took an internship. At the time, it was an Ernst & Young top 10 internship in the United States. It was with a company called Northwestern Mutual, and it really gave me a great foundation, great training, but also just real-world experience. I became, I had to take several tests. I got licensed as a financial representative at the time. I no longer do that, but it was just such a good background. And the reason I say that is kind of opened my eyes up to the world of finance. I went to college at Princeton University in New Jersey, and I studied economics. I was always just interested in, entrepreneurship, what moves money fast and stuff like that. And, you know, I was very privileged that I got to meet and learn from some of the top financial minds in the world. Some of them being, you know, one of my professors, Burton Malkiel, wrote a bestseller, The Random Walk Down Wall Street. Great book if you haven't checked it out. He introduced me to John Bogle, who has now, he's no longer with us, but John Bogle is the founder of Vanguard Investments, and you're probably familiar with Vanguard. It's one of the largest, right up there with, you know, Fidelity's and of the world in terms of brokerage accounts. And so I was, you know, introduced to his kind of philosophies and principles, and basically what his came down to were index funds. You know, over the long term, the stock market, you know, probably returns somewhere around 10% a year. Over the long term, we're talking, you know, 100-year plus time frame. And over the short term, sure, there's cycles here and there. But index fund investing is what he showed was the best way to kind of, you know, get involved and play the game, to minimize your risk and to maximize your reward. And, you know, fast forward to today, this is what probably most people that do have retirement savings, many of them probably have, you know, 401ks, IRAs, etc. Anyways, that's just the background. And the reason I'm telling you this is because then over the next 20 years, I started looking into, you know, things that go fast, especially technologies, exponential technologies. And I grew up, you know, in the early days of the internet. And I remember this, you know, distinctly. I mean, you know, I remember when, you know, people were just learning out what an email address was, and, you know, what the internet was, and the, you know, you know, the dial-up with AOL. I think I was even on Instant Messenger, and, you know, my first girlfriend, actually, I think we dated for maybe a couple of months, but she dated me, or she dumped me over AOL Instant Messenger. Broke my heart at the time, but she dumped me over AOL Instant Messenger. I'll never forget. You know, sitting at the computer. I think my cousin was there too, and hey, I guess that's the woes of a middle schooler, right? But no, in all seriousness, the reason I say this is because I started to learn about technologies and kind of be introduced to them before they really hit the mainstream and change everyone's lives. And I remember talking to my parents at the time, and, you know, believing that the internet was going to change the world, and, you know, everybody would be buying and, you know, things on the internet, you know, and a lot of people, I think, you know, have some pushback initially, but, you know, today it's pretty commonplace. I mean, Amazon is, you know, probably the biggest, you know, online and probably offline retailer in the world at this point. And, you know, so fast forward, I went to college, Facebook. I was one of the first 8 schools that Facebook rolled out to. You know, at the time it was a very neat concept, but I could see the potential of where it was going to go. And, you know, fast forward to today, you know, now there's, you know, blogs, vlogs. I mean, we've got YouTube and all these social medias, Twitters. So a few years ago, so I'm getting to where I'm going here, and I'll probably cut these videos into multiple chunks, just because I don't know if YouTube only wants me under 10 minutes. I got to check my channel here. But my goal is to hopefully put up a little bit more content, a little bit more reflection as time goes on. So anyways, but I'll just end this one, and then I'll start the next video really getting into the cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology, which is, you know, what I want to talk about a little bit more. But so I got interested in, you know, finance, 2008, 2009, you know, after the financial, you know, crash, the housing crash. And some of you might know then, you know, this mysterious, you know, magical computer code called Bitcoin became the first ever blockchain. And, you know, at the time, I don't think a lot of people knew what it was. I don't really think I knew too much about it at the time. I knew, you know, I had heard of it. I knew people that were mining it. But I never really got involved. I remember then in 2014, I read an article by one of the futurists that I watch. His name's Peter Diamandis. And, you know, he's does a lot of things, co-founder of Singularity University. That's another topic for another day. But, you know, he wrote an article, I think, in Forbes magazine talking about how, you know, Bitcoin most likely needed kind of this user face, this user interface moment, kind of like PayPal did, you know, using emails for money. Well, anyways, in 3 years after I read that article, I finally did get involved in the Bitcoin world. And on the next video, I'll tell you, and I'll share my story of how I actually had made 3 Bitcoin in just in a weekend, in a single weekend, and then how I lost it. So there we go.